Hi Home Talkers, it's Donna with Funky Junk where I love to repurpose. And today I'm going to flip a super cool old coat hook into something really neat for a porch or patio. I have a really nice seating area in the backyard, but it's kind of boring and I don't want to drill anything into the stucco wall. So here's what I'm going to do instead. Since the stand had a few years of layered gunk on it, I gave it a good scrub along with 2 plant hanging brackets. I also used simple green cleaner, which helped to remove older grime. My original plans were to repaint this piece, but after looking at the two-tone patina, I couldn't do it. So I'm going to work with what is, but I am going to protect it. The stand then got a gentle scuff sand to remove any rough edges while still protecting the original patina. I wanted the stand to have one more detail to chime in with my given theme. I reached for an old cheese crate lid that I had previously stained on one side. I stenciled on a cafe sign using Fusion Mineral Paint in coal black. However, any cute sign to suit your theme can be picked up from the dollar store or even Amazon. The brackets were also touched up where needed. I then removed 2 of the stand hooks on opposite sides, then screwed on the 2 plant stand hooks positioned at 2 different levels. The bottom of the stand was pre-drilled with holes on all 4 sides to make installation easier. I drilled a hole on top of the cafe sign, then attached it to one of the plant stand hooks with a screw. My sitting area then got a reshuffle to decide where to place everything. The stand was then attached to the wooden patio through the bottom holes. Then out came the plants. To further protect the stand, I painted on some outdoor weather protectant, then wiped off the excess where I knew it wouldn't stick. I also gave the front and back of the cafe sign a coat. I cannot believe how just a few added plants really made this outdoor sitting area so much more inviting. The height of the stand helped to stagger the plants, and the sign positively begs you to sit yourself down for a spell and enjoy a relaxing beverage while. I hope this inspires you to watch for old coat hook stands to make a cute plant stand with a sign of your own. Where would you put yours?
This weekend project starts with getting an old lamp out of the garbage, and then we're going to head down to Home Depot and we're going to grab us a basket. I've got 2 lamps I'm going to work with, but I've got to deconstruct this one with the light shade. The bulb, everything has to go, including the wire. We don't need that. So I'm going to cut that loose and get rid of all of the wire for it. Once I toss that away, it's time to get rid of the socket that holds the bulb. All of the hardware, again, must go. This one I'm going to deconstruct down to a smaller base. Also, what I'm going to do is make some epoxy, 2-part epoxy, and start putting it on one of the parts here because it was being held down by a bolt. Once I get that epoxy all the way around and set it back on the base, it's going to hold really firm in about an hour. I also going to go to that second lamp and I'm going to take that apart, cutting the wire and pulling all of it apart. We need that flat part right there, and then it's time to prime. When it comes time to priming, we want to make sure we do a little bit of paint at a time, and you only need 1 coat. This primer will run if you put too much on at a time. We're also going to do this to the smaller base. Again, smaller squirts on there and keeps it from getting any drips or runs. Once we let that dry, then we can go ahead and start painting. On the smaller base, I'm going to use a hammered look. This is great because you can put it on. I only need 1 coat because it's a good quality paint from Rust-Oleum and it's going to cover really nice. I'm going to make sure I get all the little grooves and nicks. That's why it's good to have a spray can. You can get all of that sprayed on there. And then on the taller lamp, I'm going to go ahead with this base and put some black paint on it. It is gloss, so it's going to be a little shinier, which is what the look I'm going for. Once I get all of that covered and maybe even a second coat, I'm going to go back to the epoxy, get it mixed up, and I'm going to set it on top of that flat base right there. Once I get it all covered, I'm going to set my planter right on top because it's got a flat part to it. Now on the smaller one, I put some epoxy around it and I added a washer because it didn't have big enough of a base. Once the washer is settled on there, I'm going to put some more epoxy on top of that and again put the planter. Once that sets up in about half an hour, it's time to add some potting soil to both of these. Once I get all of that potting soil in, it comes to the flower of choice, but this time I chose some vines because I wanted to grow and start growing over and hanging on my project here. Once I get all that planted and get it in place, look how good it turned out. It absolutely looks amazing. I like the 2 different colors, 1 taller and 1 shorter, and it looks great. And as these vines grow, they're going to look great. I hope this inspired you to not throw those lamps away, but make them and upcycle them into something new.
Start with a quick trip to your local home improvement or garden store. You'll need a large planter, a bag of fast setting concrete mix, a 4x4 wood post, and a plant hanger hook or two. Next, pick a planter that's big enough to support the weight of the pole and look for something that is at least 18 inches wide and deep. This will be your base. Next, place your post in the center of the planter. Have someone hold it steady while you pour the fast setting concrete, and then check that the post is standing straight using a level. Let the concrete set fully. Most mixes harden in about 20 minutes. Once the post is solid and secure, it is a great time to either paint or stain your pole to match your outdoor decor. Let it dry completely before adding any hardware. Then you will attach your plant hook or hooks. Mark where you want it near the top of the post, drill a small pilot hole, and then screw it in. You can use one hook or add a second one to hang string lights to one side or plants on each side like I did. Now for the fun part. Add potting soil around the base and plant your favorite flowers or greenery to dress it up and hide the concrete. And that's it. You've got a beautiful functional planter pole that's perfect for hanging plants, lanterns, or lights.
We decided to elevate our driveway entrance with a couple of do-it-yourself pole planters. To do this, we picked a spot on either side of the driveway and started digging a hole using both a shovel and some post hole diggers. We then added a wooden post to the hole we just dug, but realized it was still a little too high, so we decided to cut off a little bit more of it using a saw. After placing it back in the hole, we determined it was just the right height. So I held the wooden post in place in the hole after we got it nice and leveled, and then we slowly started packing in the dirt that we previously removed by digging the hole. You don't want to fill the hole completely with dirt. Leave some room for some quick setting concrete on top. This will definitely secure the wooden post and make sure it stays in place. Then, using a watering can, we poured water on top to set it. After setting the wooden posts in place, we decided to stain them a darker color, and then we attached some ornamental hooks on the front of the post. These hooks will have our beautiful hanging baskets attached. This elevates our driveway entrance so much and gives us some instant curb appeal. Another little extra piece we decided to add to the pole planters was a solar-operated light on top. We drilled that in on the very top of the post, and at night it gives off a flame that appears to be flickering, which is a very nice touch. So both day and night, our driveway has a beautiful entrance thanks to these easy do-it-yourself pole planters.